Hello, I'm Judy, and in this video I will show you how to keep track of your outreach and why it's so important, especially as a copywriter, to track your cold outreach. This is actually a really big mistake that a lot of beginner copywriters make. They don't track their outreach at all. They don't write any information. They just jump right into it. Some copywriters don't even have a list of leads or prospects to reach out to. They just go on Instagram, for example, and they search up life coach and they just do outreach. Why this is a mistake is because, especially when you're doing volume, you could easily lose track of the status of the conversation. So you won't know if you need to follow up with them, or if they responded, or if they're interested. Like if you're reaching out to 50 prospects a day, you could easily lose track of all of that information and lose out on a lot of money. When you keep track of their responses, you know how to follow up with each prospect, and you also know which prospects you shouldn't waste your time on. Also, by tracking your outreach and using multiple outreach methods, you can find out which outreach methods work the best. You can do the same with certain opening messages or certain emails or certain subject lines. You can test which ones work best and which ones don't, because outreach is just constant testing. You're just constantly testing what works best, what responses am I getting, what opening messages work the best, which ones don't, which ones make prospects nervous, which ones make prospects not want to hop on a call. So if you do this long enough with enough prospects, you will become an outreach expert. And by the way, you might think that tracking your outreach wastes time because you're writing all this information down, but what does waste time is the mental energy that you'll be spending by not tracking your outreach. And it's not even that complicated. All you need is a Google Sheet. To make matters even easier, you can get the template that I'll be showing in this video for tracking your outreach for absolutely free by clicking the first link down below and signing up. You will get a message from me. You can just reply to that message by saying, I want the template. This is the template. As you can see, right here we have the prospects information. So this could be a link to their Instagram, a link to their Facebook, maybe even Facebook groups. You could just put them down, and you could also do 2 sets of information for each prospect. So for example, Josephine right here, I have her Instagram, and then separately I have her email, but I put an arrow so I know that it belongs to her, right? So we have that, and then we have the prospect status. So the prospect status is fairly simple. You know, warm, cold, hot, attended call, closed client. It's pretty obvious. I have right here if they did respond, didn't respond, just in case if you don't understand what each thing means. Yeah, you just have to click a button. And then follow-ups, the amount of times you followed up with someone, so you know if you still need to follow up, or if you haven't followed up, or if you need to let them go because you followed up so much. Simple. And then methods used. You don't have to literally copy paste what method you've used and what message you've sent them, but you can make little keywords. So for example, as I did right here, I asked the coach about his program, the program that he's selling. So I just wrote here, question about program. What you can also do is make a Google Doc for each outreach method, and then just copy and paste a link right here. But that's honestly very unnecessary and takes up a lot of space and time. So not needed, just keywords. And then right here, the channel that you've used, so you can also keep in track which channels work best and which don't. Very simple. Prospect information, click a button based on the response, follow up, the amount of times you followed up, the method you've used, and then the channel that you've reached out to the prospect through. So again, if you want this exact template, just so it's a lot easier for you and it's literally laid out for you, just sign up with the first link down below and send me a message, reply to my message that I'll be sending you when you sign up, and you'll be getting the template immediately. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you in some way, and if you need more advice that's related to business or maybe copywriting, you can check out my channel down below, and yeah, check out my videos.